Welcome everybody, it is Unstoppable Streletsy with yet another Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition casting game. So today we got ourselves a 3 versus 3 supremacy. Before we see these two teams duke it out with each other, let's look at the map real quick. In general, we're looking at, I believe it's the Mesopotamia map. You got the Tigris and Euphrates rivers that cut through these little pathways here. And the only way you can cross them is through these fords, which offers a really sneaky way of either getting your villagers across and setting up some hidden town centers and bases, or you can of course use those sneaky little fords to get some raiding units across like Hussars or Uhlans and start raiding. Either way, I really like this map because of the different possibilities it offers, including these nice trade routes that cut right through it for XP. Let's see how this Mesopotamia game goes, shall we? Alright, so the first thing I notice when I look at the different teams is they both got a British on their team. British, as you know, they're very economical. They get lots of early settlers. Due to one main civ bonus, they get these houses called the Manor House. They cost about 135 wood, and after you finish building one, a free settler will appear at it. And as you know, houses are 20 build limit usually, as you can see right here, about 20 of them allowed, which means 20 extra settlers, without the need for additional town centers, or cards, which means British get their villager count up really quickly, leading to a lot of early economy that they can either put into booming, or they can put it into early rushing with musketeers or hussars. Overall, it's a really powerful bonus to have, and it's going to help out both teams tremendously if they can get those manors up quickly. They also have a USA on each of the teams as well. USA, they're very unpredictable, you know, there's many different ways you could play the USA. While at first they might seem a little bit meager when you're looking at them, since when you look at one of their decks, you look at it and say, hey, where are all the cards? You know, only like 23 cards here, but the thing you gotta realize is, United States, they don't age up with normal politicians, they actually age up with states in the Union. So either Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Connecticut, Texas, California. And with those states, not only do they get a normal, like, age up bonus of like some crates or some units, but they also get 2 additional cards added to their deck, regardless of what their deck actually is. Meaning by Imperial Age, you are looking at about 29 cards in your deck, which is really insane, since normally decks can only reach about 25 cards. So things look a little bit tiny at the start, but they gradually get better over time. And there's so many cards you can get too, because you have up to 5 different state options for each age up, giving you many possibilities. And also, the thing that's going to be the biggest difference, I would say, is the Germany on this team versus the Dutch on this team. Germany up here, in fact, we actually just watched a Germany versus Dutch 1 versus 1, as you know. Germany plays a lot more aggressively, and the Dutch play more turtle-like, depending on defense to get up more of their banks, which they turn into more coin, which in turn can go into more merchants, which you gotta switch it to Dutch to see this, but their villages actually cost coin, which adds to their bonus of producing lots of coin with banks. In fact, this Dutch is aging up right now with the quartermaster. That's a pretty good politician to get whenever you have it available for any civ. It gives you about 400 wood. That can go into houses, trading posts, barracks and stable. Really anything you need. It's great defensively as well as it is offensively. What is this USA going up with? Virginia. This one's going up with Naturalists. Oh, this British here is actually going up with the Virginia Company. They're really going to be racking up lots of settlers soon. Basically what Virginia Company does is it actually makes the manors cheaper. Normally it's a 135 cost, or actually a 140 cost. Even more expensive than Wars of Liberty. And by the end, they cost less than 100 wood, making them cheaper than the average house. So that definitely makes it a lot easier to get those settlers going. In fact, British is also going up with some Market technologies, I see placer mines. I'm presuming they got hunting dogs as well. And with those technologies, they're going to generally be doing pretty good. And this USA is going up with Virginia. This Germany's going up with Corpsmaster. Yep, they got that too, so they definitely want that. And this British, the Governor. Howdy, Governor. Yeah, the Governor's pretty good for British. It gives you a tower and some coin. So it's great for protecting all those settlers that you so gladly want to keep.
Ready.
Oh, they're sending the Sheepy card too. The Infinite Sheepy card. That's pretty good. Basically, it lets you put up a livestock pen as well that you can put the sheep on. And then they're going to put a tower somewhere here. I would probably put it in front of here maybe. Protect the villies. Oh, they're going to actually put it forward, it looks like. They're actually going to put it up there for their allies. That's a pretty kind and considerate thing to do, protecting that hunt right there. So if you have to deal with any hussar raids, just take the villagers and throw them in the tower. Good defense. Also, I like the capture of this trade route by both teams. Blue and red taking the top trade route for the most part, and then purple starting a bit on the bottom one here. So everybody's making the most out of these trade sites, getting lots and lots of XP, which means lots and lots of shipments. Ah, it looks like the USA, the yellow one, is already starting to put some military forward. I'm curious what they're going to do with this barracks. And also, we gotta see what the enemy team is going to do as well. We see the teal United States go up with a stable. Now, this could be a good thing and a bad thing. What I mean by that is, if this USA down here decides to go with regulars, hussars from the stable would be pretty much rendered useless. But if they go with volunteers at all, state militia, then basically those hussars will have a field day with them. Looks like this USA is now going up in New Hampshire. Pretty good age up, I would say. I actually always go for New Hampshire myself. The greatest thing about New Hampshire is they give you an early factory to one of their cards, making them a bit similar to the British in Wars of Liberty. Having that early factory means a lot of extra early resources without villagers. And they're also going up with the Virginia plan. Upon arrival, this card grants you 2 shipments to spend. Oh, so it's a lot like the Victoria's Iron Cross for Wars of Liberty, yeah. So you pay for 1 shipment, you get 1 shipment back as well as 1 extra shipment, giving you even more cards to send. It's a neat little trick. Some people might ask, why would you go through the trouble of that? But I've done it a bunch of times in Wars of Liberty, and I'll tell you, the 1 shipment for 2 shipment deal always works out good in the end, because you can get lots of early units out with it. It's really powerful. Oh, it looks like this team up here has really did a good job capturing this whole trade route. They literally got this one, this one, this one. Hopefully the team down here gets their trade route up and going as well, just so they get plenty of shipments. Amalgamation complete. So they're going for improved mining, it looks like. Oh, that's good. So what's this blue British going to do? So maybe this blue British over here is going to be going up to the Fortress Age soon. I see the 700 coin coming in. And what is everybody else doing? So the Dutch is going up to Age 3 with the Bishop. And what about the other USA? Teal USA is getting market technologies. And what else are they doing? What sorts of cards did they send? So they've got the Virginia plan, Arkansas, Hamiltonian economics. So yeah, they're doing pretty good. Getting a lot of useful cards out. How about the purple British? Purple British, still in Age 2, but they could certainly get to Fortress Age at any time now. Their mining work is all it's needed to get that coin for that. Huh, so we see some hunts coming over here near the riverbank. Mr. Hasselhoff is alerted danger in this area. So what's going on exactly? Why would you put that a little alert out exactly? We see some of those faithful German Uhlans here looking to get some kills. They could get some over here. Why don't you, nope, go this way, you got some free ones over here. Why don't you get some freebies? Get some freebies while you can. It's not too many times in life when you get something for free, so take it. It's alright, I guess he's just scouting. I mean, I would have personally went back and taken those villages if it was me, but to be honest, sometimes when you're scouting with the cavalry, they run so quickly you don't even notice the little color on the minimap showing the villages there, and it's a missed opportunity. So, what's going on up here though? Are we going to see any sort of like major attack from either of the sides yet? We start to see the Minutemen from the Yellow USA. They do have some regulars up, so that does threaten the stable up there. But it does look like they're going to mix it up with some sharpshooters. A bit weaker in terms of damage output, I think, compared to standard skirms, but they do get a good range though. They're really long range units. Great for sniping stuff. And what is everybody else doing here militarily? Well, the Dutch does have a barracks up. The British over here, they're going to get their barracks up. So they're starting their barracks at home. Maybe they're afraid of getting raided heavily by the Germans, perhaps? Well, we do see Uhlans traveling around the map constantly, so that is a possibility. And how about the other team? Like, what are they going to start doing? Well, this Germany is actually going up with the bishop themselves in the Fortress Age. And again, market technologies as well. See, what this Germany did, which was pretty smart, was they actually got 2 of their settler wagon cards across the finish line. And basically what these settler wagon cards do is they give you the settler wagons. They're very powerful since they start out with the gather rate of 2 villagers instead of 1, but they do cost 2 population, requiring a bit more houses for them. What that means, though, is these market technologies like placer mines, log fluming, steel traps, all those, it makes their gather rate really good because it's improving that gather rate from a stronger base gather rate than, say, the regular settler would have. And we do see this Germany starting to construct a lot as well. Got barracks, a stable, and even an artillery foundry, so they're going to go heavy military soon. Also, this Germany is going heavily boom friendly. The bishop gave them a nice covered wagon that they could put in the back, while these villagers here work on a town center in the front. This should not only provide a lot of economic strength, but a bit of booming strength as well, in the form of shared defense. Because essentially, when you know you've got security across the map with your TCs, you can put out a lot of villages pretty easily. You know, since you know something like Hussars aren't going to ruin that. We got a bit of a fight here, though. We got the United States sparring a bit with the British Jaegars. Ah, yes, British Jaegars. That's going to be very powerful. How did that blue British get them, by the way? Did they... Ah, so they're going for the tavern, is that right? Yeah, they're training them out of the tavern. Interesting option, you know. British, of course, get the longbowmen. They also get the rangers as well. But certainly, Jaegars are very powerful skirmisher mercenaries since they actually have 40% pierce armor, as you see here. So they're really good for soaking up bullets. They really are. And now we see some Harquebusiers as well. Harquebusiers, these are a very powerful unit. Look at the damage and the splash they get. Absolutely insane. The only downside, though, of course, is the fact that they only get like 6 range. But once they get into range and they deliver those shots, they literally blow the infantry apart. Really powerful unit. So what is this enemy team going to do against Harquebusiers exactly? And what do the Harquebusiers even have for? Do they get the light cavalry? No, they get ranged cavalry tag. Is there a light cavalry tag? I don't know. I'm just curious what you would use to kill the Harquebusiers exactly, because though I have seen them a couple of times in use, I don't see them all that often in a ranked match. And I'm curious what you would use exactly to take those out. Now, it's going to be harder to hit them, I would say, with skirmishers, because of course you got the British Jaegars coming out. They're going to be making fast work of the enemy. And we also see German skirmishers and Uhlans, and then we see some USA Minutemen up there coming to help. Oh, they plopped their USA flag down there to boost up the stats of the unit. Very smart. Inspiring flags can really be useful as a defensive measure to get your unit stats up real quickly in an area you know you can defend. I also see they're going to be putting a wall between the Dutch and the United States down here. Pretty good idea. It should prevent a lot of raiding from these Uhlans, I would say. And definitely make it hard to siege as well once this army, if it ends up getting down there. So, Germany also shipped in some, where did they train those? Yep, they must have trained those falconets because, you know, they don't get the 2 falconets, do they? Nah, so they definitely trained those from their artillery foundry. Pretty big investment, one you don't want to lose very easily. Make a culverin too. Yeah, it never hurts to make a culverin just in case if they go for heavy artillery. You want to have one culverin to try to blast apart their falcons and save your infantry. Luckily, building on the trade route over here buys the enemy team a bit of time. Oh, it looks like this Jaegar group here is just going to ignore that trade route altogether and go right for the jugular, it looks like. Yeah. Let's see how this goes. This could be interesting. Oh, no. Now you get an opening here. Oh, watch the villies. Watch the villies. You're gonna... Oh, no. That was 3 casualties right there that probably could have been avoided. Oh, 3 kills everywhere. Hello? Where are all these free kills coming from? I'm literally not seeing any of these Jaegers going down. Oh, no. Oh, it's a trap. Oh, talk about a mouse trap. You laid for him. You literally plopped the heavy cannons right on top of him like that. That was good, but unfortunately they didn't get as many casualties as they could have. The British Jaegers were luckily in stagger mode and thus were able to prevent all but 1 casualty. Cove. Absolutely, get those culverins. You're going to need them for these heavy cannons. There's no way around that. Ah, now we see some halberdiers, some riders, some skirmishers, so a little bit of everything touch. Let's see if the Falcons can do some damage to these heavy cannons. Well, the heavy cannons by default are going to win against these Falcons. Oh, they actually took one of them down, though. Ooh. Yeah, not good. But in general, if you try to send Falcons after heavy cannons, the heavy cannons are going to win because they just have more HP, more damage. They're a more powerful weapon. Much more powerful weapon. What's this you got right here? You got guard grenadiers with grenade launchers? Grenade launchers. Wow. Yep. British grenadiers equips grenadiers with a hand mortar. Wow, so basically this purple British is going full grenadier here. Lots and lots of crush damage and splash to go around. Good strategy. I mean, I actually don't see a lot of grenadier play with the British, even though they technically get a lot of good cards for them. I certainly use them a lot in Arena back in TAD, because I just like how powerful the grenadier unit is when it literally blows up an entire group of infantry or artillery. So what's going to go on here exactly? I see the yellow, purple, and orange team starting to fortify this position even further with another wall. How are they going to bust their way through on this side? I mean, what do they got right now? They got some Uhlans, they got more of those British Jaegers. They finally get the culverins in upon request because they're going to need those to deal with heavy cannons or any other artillery that this team produces. Also, they'd be great against Gatling guns should this USA start shipping those in. Yeah, see, this is pretty smart. Putting up a wall with a gate on all these fords here. Just in case if enemies try to get some cavalry across and start slicing you with them. Same thing with this one. Good job plugging those holes up. Problem with this team is they haven't plugged up their holes yet, so if somebody wanted to send some Uhlans down through here, that could be a bit of a painful headache. Definitely. This does seem to be doing pretty good. They already got about 2 factories down. And how about their bank count? Have they maxed out their bank count yet? They haven't gone these yet, so they could get 2 more banks for sure through those. They're actually going to get guard skirmishers, it looks like. I saw something interesting before, so it looks like this blue British is actually going up to industrial age with the Tycoon. Tycoon is actually going to offer them up a lot of chests of coin that they can use to get even more mercenaries. Oh, look at all the animals here. Looks like a petting zoo. Lots of moo-moos and sheeps. Yeah, that's a lot of food to eat. That's going to really help out the British a lot. See, the wonderful... Oh, look, they're already eating sheepy right now. Wow. Talk about helpful. The great thing about herdables is they have a really good gather rate. You know, their gather rate is comparable to hunts, so you know villagers are going to get a lot of quick food out of them. And when you're able to pack up your livestock pens this good through that home city card that delivers the sheep, you're going to be doing really well keeping your food amounts up. To the point you could start focusing on other things like coin and wood a lot easier. So now the bursts are starting to get their factory, as I can see. Factory wagon over here. Perhaps more resources, perhaps we see some rockets. Rockets, a very powerful unit. Very, very powerful unit. And now we see more of the Harquebusiers. More of that short-range, high-damage unit. Also, what's going on with the Teal USA? Are they going to go up to industrial age as well? Or no, they're actually going to focus on getting some Gatling guns in through rolling artillery. The cool thing about rolling artillery is it's always a reliable source of Gatling guns for you, but it does alternate. Starts out with 3 Gatling guns, then 2 Gatling guns, then 1 Gatling gun, and then the cycle continues. Which means with only about 6 cards, or actually 3 cards, you get about 6 Gatling guns. Which is actually really good, because as you know, Gatling guns can do a lot of damage. Lots and lots of damage. Very brutal weapon to use. Oh, they do get coffee mill guns in this deck, so basically allows the Gatling gun to fire constantly, so it doesn't have to reload at all. Being a constant barrage of those nasty bullets. And they got a lot of Gatling guns too, so it looks like this Teal USA is going for full artillery to support their team. They're going to start aging up with Ohio now. And what else do they got in this deck that they could use? So, French-Canadian ships to Napoleon guns. Oh, that could be useful. Or they could send us again to get some more Gatling guns. And what's Germany got? Germany's got some Veterinulans, Culverins, and a war wagon with some skirms. Looks like everybody just about is in industrial age at this point. The purple British are starting to get their factories just so they can keep up with the food costs for all these grenadier units. Got them up to guard right now, so they're sitting pretty good. Would help to get Scots Guard to make the grenadiers even stronger. In terms of their damage output. Sea drills, so they're starting to upgrade their farming as well. Yep, good choice to get that going now, since, you know, a lot of the hunts are literally beyond your walls right now. So it's going to be hard to get those otherwise. Let me check actually this Dutch player. So what's the plan of this Dutch? Are they gonna be... So they're going coin right now. It does look like though they did have their factories on heavy cannons for a little bit. Just to get some of these. Because they know these heavy cannons can blast through a lot of units, especially infantry and shorter range artillery like nothing. But they do have to be careful of these culverins though. These culverins could be a serious threat. Not so much the Gatling guns, which the heavy cannons can focus fire down pretty easily because of their lower HP. The threat is for the Gatling guns when they're up against units to their closer range. right? So when they're dealing with things like the Harquebusier, dealing with things like crossbowmen, things that don't have a lot of range, these Gatling guns can absolutely devastate. Especially when they're firing continuously with the coffee mill guns card. Wow, it looks like the Dutch already went up to Imperial Age. Yeah, I just saw the deforestation card come out on their side. That is some big stuff right there. That means that Dutch is going to be racking up lots of resources. Lots of resources. Now, depending on the timing attack of this enemy team, they could exploit that and attack them now when they don't have as much resources. But if they wait too long, they could certainly be in a lot of trouble dealing with the player that has both the upgrades and the resources to attack them. Oh, they're going for horse artillery too, so even more anti-infantry. Just watching both sides, seeing who's going to take the first move here. It looks like both sides want to have a fight right now. They're both itching for it, but who's going to take the bait first? And, could go either way. Could go either way. We're going to have to see. Alright, so it looks like Dutch are going to take the first move here, moving in with the riders. And what are they going to do with those riders? Are they going to try to hit those culverins if you can, man? It's going to save you a lot of... Oh, see, yep, they spot go beep, 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 beep. Dutch attacking, beep, 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 beep. Oh, what are the riders doing? They're going right for... Are they going for the... Oh my... Wow! Look at those culverins go... Oh, the Gatling guns helped out too. Unreal. Look at that. Absolutely automation. Look at that. Oh, and now the Grenadiers getting sprayed by the Gatling. What a total collapse of your army. Talk about falling flat on your face. You're gonna have to retreat now and go behind that wall again. I wouldn't try. Oh. Yeah. Yep, that would talk about a missed opportunity. This yellow USA is just going in the base right now so they can prepare their stuff to defend with. They're not going to be wasting those units, I think, because they know everybody else got completely sprayed out there, and now they need to use their Gatling guns and their infantry to help defend everybody else. Oh no, look at these Harquebusiers though. These could do a lot of damage. A lot of damage. Get these Harquebusiers grouped up and start attacking those infantry and those artillery. You're gonna see those units get literally blown to shreds by those Harks. Looks like they're repositioning right now to go in for the final siege. I see the culverins coming up. I see the falconets moving sort of this way. See the Harquebusiers and Jaegars hanging out over here, looking how they're going to penetrate through. How is this going to work exactly? Oh, it looks like this USA even has some culverins, so they're not ill prepared at all. They're ready to go to war here. What about these? So we see orange culverins taking a hit on that culverin. Oh, they just lost their culverins. Talk about butterfingers with your artillery. I mean, their cannons just falling like this is not good. You're losing your artillery way too fast, people. You need to protect it. Protect it with your lives. Your very lifeline. Now, get these Gatling guns moving on the right targets pronto, or you're going to have a rude awakening. Oh, wow, look at these Gatling guns completely getting fed into the wood chipper of yellow. That was a really good defense by yellow, by the way. They completely ate through all those Gatling guns. And now there's just so many bullets flying out of these Gatling guns that the Harquebusiers have to retreat. This yellow USA, combined with a little bit of Guard Grenadiers here, is doing pretty good defending this side. Now, is this Dutch over here going to be able to hold on, though? That's what we have to see. I do see some Guard skirmishers from them. Is that enough to deal with Harquebusiers, though? kind of doubt it at this point. I mean, just look at the splash and high damage of Harquebusiers. Little groups of skirmishers like that, not even a threat. Not even a threat at all. And now we see a bit of sieging over here from the Harquebusiers. They're going to try to attack this arsenal next. Oh, some of the grenadiers from Purple British trying to break up the assault a bit, and now they're going to try to sandwich them on this side. Ah, yes, very good. Back. Yep, I would fall back too. I mean, I don't think you got quite the army yet to continue this siege. They're going to have to go back to here, regroup some of their cannon numbers, and then go in for another strike again, I think. And be very precise with it. So, more Gatling guns I see. Veteran sharpshooters. Guard regulars. Yep, the Purple British. How's the Purple British doing? Are they going to be able to afford that food cost for the Grenadiers? Yep, about 120 on the food. So yeah, you're going to have to trickle up a lot of food from your factories to be able to keep affording to make those things. They're a strong unit. You know, they do a lot of splash and they have crush damage, but you do need to make sure you can mass them up with the right amount of food. Otherwise, you're going to fall a bit flat with it. I see the pincher. I see the little crab pincher over here. Grenadiers on this side, Dutch on this side. Let's see if those halberdiers can snare those Harks in. Now that would be painful to watch, but it looks like the Harks are one step ahead and they're going to back up and go kiting a bit against these infantry units. Oh, look at those Gatling guns. That could be a threat. Ah, see, Grenadiers, they can actually kill artillery units if you're not careful. In fact, when I'm in arena, I will use British Grenadiers to attack Gatling guns when it's used in the game. Because I know if you can get enough Grenadiers grouped up, they can snipe cannons pretty easily. Assuming they have the mass to reach them though, so you have to work on that. Oh no, it looks like the Culverins getting destroyed over there, so they're not going to be useful against those heavy Gatling guns up there. We see another attempt to hit the Gatling guns with the Grenadiers. Valiant effort, but is it enough to get another one down? No, just a little bit short. If they had a couple other ones, I think they would have made it. I mean, at this point, it looks like this Germany team up here has some pretty good defense going on for them. Advanced arsenal. Does the advanced arsenal technologies affect these Grenadiers in any way? I'm kind of curious, because I never actually tested that out. I never looked at the stats before, but that'd be pretty neat if those advanced arsenal technologies could actually boost the damage of your Grenadiers even further when they're using the hand mortar. Yellow USA doing more GATs as well as some sharpshooters.
What is your command?
Nope, not even guard yet with the sharpshooters. Maybe I should get those to guard level. I also just noticed that the British, the blue British and the red Germans are already imperial age, so they're going to be racking up some really good unit stats at this point. Yeah, like this Germany here. See, they're actually already starting to get the Imperial War Wagon, so they're going for full HP and damage on these things. And they're going to be an absolute tank to deal with. Also, here comes the Harquebusiers to make sure work with that unupgraded infantry. But they do have to be careful since I can imagine those sharpshooters will be gunning for them. No, here come the riders though. The riders, that could be a serious threat. See, they have the heavy cavalry tag, the Harquebusiers, so riders actually would get a bit of a multiplier against them. You know, so you gotta be really careful of that. Harquebusier is still alive, but decimated a bit. Look at how bold the settler is around top of the road right there in front of the action, grabbing some meat. Meat to eat. Meat to eat. I think that's enough Gatling guns for Teal. I mean, I think that's going to do perfect here. Granted the culverins don't eat them first. Oh, boy. Oh, Grenadiers did. See, this is a really strong anti-artillery strategy. Culverins combined with Grenadiers. Absolutely nasty. But, looks like that effort failed. And that wall is going to start to get siege now. Can the Orange Dutch force him back at all? They're going to basically shoot one by one against those units. Yep, good. Get those war wagons one by one. They have a lot of HP, but they don't have pierce armor, so you can eat them eventually. Oh, but here comes more Harquebusiers, though, to the rescue for those war wagons. See those Harquebusiers get going with that damage output. Absolutely brutal. Germany going for sustainable agriculture, it looks like. Oh, large-scale agriculture. Yeah, that boosts up the food gathering rate by a lot. Oh, they're also starting to make doppelsoldiers as well. Splashy sword infantry. Basically the same as samurais because they deal with splash attack and they're really good for cutting through cavalry units. Like these USA Hussars. Veteran Hussars. Only veteran though. Surprised they're not guard yet. We really need some good anti-cannon options right now. Now the riders are going to try to ride them a bit and hit their culverins, I think. Oh no, they're going to go for the Gatling guns first because those are the heavy hitters. Oh wow, look at these Gatling guns. Complete annihilation. Did this Teal get the, Yep, they did get the coffee mill gun, so they're going to be shooting continuously. I mean, at this point, I just see this team down here, the purple, yellow, and orange team, just trying to come up with solution after solution to get this mess cleaned under the rug, but it's just not working. Because this nasty Tushki-led army here of war wagons and Harquebusiers and now doppelsoldiers is just cutting their way through. These doppels, they're a serious threat. I mean, if they get in the proximity of any of this stuff, they're gonna start dying real. Oh yeah, look at those riders getting completely eaten though. And the doppels even doing somewhat good against the skirmishers. Granted, again, shot down pretty easily thanks to their heavy infantry tag, and skirmishers just happen to be really good against that. Also, this Dutch has moved back on to doing heavy cannons from the factories, it looks like, out of desperation for more units to protect the area. Imperial skirmishers, so these are pretty upgraded. Also, the riders are up to Carabinier, so they're doing pretty well. Pretty well in upgrades, but not in protecting. What's, wow, okay, so you're using skirmishers to attack the culver. Oh, they got with their culver, that's a lot less trouble that way. Quite interesting how all the fighting is all converged at one point here, because usually on this map we get some sneaky oddball that runs around and tries to get across the river somewhere. But it's all a straight path here, it looks like, yeah, and then. Oh, now we see German howitzers. That looks like an end of the Dutch base, my folks. And it looks like they actually resigned, too. British have also resigned. What's Yellow USA going to do? Are they going to stick it out, or are they going to resign as well? They're still trying. They're still making some guard sharpshooters here, but not enough for those Harquebusiers and their 152 damage. Oh no, that's not good. Imperial Force Artillery. Yeah, this USA isn't even in the Imperial Age yet, so they're totally behind. In terms of upgrades, in terms of gather rates, just totally behind. When you look at the score of the USA on the other team, it's practically triple the score. Triple the score. Absolutely massive. Well, that's a GG, it looks like. That was a hard-fought game, though. I mean, I'll be honest. The yellow team, they tried their best there. That USA especially was really outputting a lot of units. Purple trying to be smart with the grenadiers to snipe the Gatling guns. Not the worst idea, but you know, you probably need some hussars or culverins to back it up in bigger numbers, I would say. Let's look at the post game. I want to see who was the winners and losers in terms of that. So it looks like British MVP, Dutch also an MVP economically by default. Everybody else, well, this British was a lot less. British was really a lot less compared to Tuski's up here. Germany, okay. Yeah, how about military? 677 with only 93 Harquebusiers and some Jaegars and other stuff. Wow, look at this kill rate. The raising isn't even bad either. Look at all the siege work and killing work these Harquebusiers do when combined with Jaegars. Absolutely beasts. Well, I hope you enjoyed this 3 versus 3, folks. You know, I'm going to be doing a lot more of these today. I got a lot more of them planned, and I love casting. It's awesome. So, see you next time. If not already, subscribe to Unstoppable Stilet's YouTube channel to see more. Signing off now, folks. See you in the next one. Adios, amigos. Yeah.